They said nobody wanted to finish in the top four, and it really looked like that was the case. But someone did. Chelsea did. And it looks like they're going to finish the best of the rest. And after everything that's happened with Chelsea this season, again, kind of turmoil with the players, it kind of seems to be every so often with that club. After the 6-0 loss against Manchester City, it looked like Sarri was on his way out for sure. And then they kind of had some pretty poor results in between that as well. But then they managed to get to a League Cup final against Manchester City. It wasn't a great game, and they lost on penalties. But of course, there was an incident in that as well where Kepa refused to be substituted for Caballero, who, as we know, is a penalty specialist. And it looked like really that Sarri's position was untenable. But yesterday, Chelsea got a very good result, beating Watford 3-0 in the league. Watford have been very good under Javi Gracia. And they're in the semi-finals of the Europa League. They've still got the second leg at Stamford Bridge against Frankfurt. Many people fancy them to go through. For me, it's still 50-50. But if they win Europa League and finish third, I mean, it's certainly not a bad season if all things considered. For all the people that were wanting Sarri out and everything that's kind of happened, he's actually done a remarkable job to turn it around. And Eden Hazard has been a huge part of that. Loftus Cheeks look really good. I think Wayne's got a couple of goals, but he's not really been that great, to be fair. Giroud's been excellent in your Europa League run. I mean, he's the top scorer in Europa League, so yeah, I mean, not really that bad for Chelsea in the end. I mean, you got to look at it. They finished seventh last season, and it looks like they're going to finish third. They're a point above Tottenham, so they've only got a better Tottenham's result on Sunday. Whether they do or whether they don't, we'll obviously see. Now, later on, it's going to be Manchester City against Leicester City, and you just have to ask yourself: is the manager that pretty much was pretty much Lennon is obviously the manager at Celtic, so ended up winning the league, but pretty much responsible for Celtic securing 8 in a row. Brendan Rodgers, is he going to have the biggest? Is he going to have the biggest say in the most exciting title race in probably Premier League history? Leicester City get a draw or a win tonight against Manchester City, then Liverpool will remain top. Liverpool still have to go away to Wolves. Liverpool got a very good result away to Newcastle. It was always going to be a very, very tough game. And a game that could have gone so different when Trent Alexander-Arnold blocked the ball on the line by it with his hand. What was a deliberate handball, but the ball, in the same move, the ball falls to Atsu and he puts the ball in the net for 2-2. So no penalty, no red card, and that proved crucial. And then Divock Origi once again popping up, just like he did against Everton, popping up with a winner late on in the derby, and then popping up late on the winner against Newcastle. So if Liverpool do win the league, that man deserves a medal, because that's two huge results for Liverpool this season. But is Brendan Rodgers in Leicester City? I didn't think that Claude Puel was doing that bad a job. I've gone on record as saying that. Is Brendan Rodgers, former Liverpool manager, came so close to winning the title with Liverpool? Is he going to have the final say? Are Leicester City going to get something against Manchester City tonight? And then it's in Liverpool's hands. If Manchester City win tonight, for me it's over. I don't see Brighton getting anything at all on Sunday. So I mean, this is a game for me that's going to kind of decide what's going to happen. I mean, regardless, we're going to get Helicopter Sunday, and that's going to be very exciting. But I've not been to be disrespectful, but I do not feel that Brighton are going to be capable of getting anything against Man City. So this is a game tonight where Liverpool really need Man City to drop points. So very exciting stuff. And Leicester City, I think, certainly are capable of it. Tottenham Hotspur, they've had their kind of usual kind of like up and down season. They've been kind of there or thereabouts and kind of fallen. I mean, they are going to finish fourth now just because of the failures of Arsenal and Manchester United. But again, they just don't seem to be able to kind of push on the way that they need to. But they're in the Champions League semi-final against Ajax. They could win the leg in Amsterdam, and they could be in a Champions League final against Barcelona. And Barcelona should finish the job against Liverpool, certainly. So I expect them to score at Anfield. But Tottenham, if Tottenham beat Ajax and they play Barcelona in the final, they could anything could happen. They could win the match, and it's been one of their greatest ever seasons. So we'll just have to wait and see. It's the same with Chelsea. Chelsea win Europa League, then it's been a great season. So they're in the Champions League for next season anyway. Arsenal been very good at the Emirates this season. They've been impressive in the Europa League. Their tie against Napoli in particular was impressive. I didn't think that they would have had it in them to beat Napoli. They obviously beat Leon, sorry, not Leon. They beat Valencia 3-1 at home, getting that late goal of Aubameyang. That was very, very crucial. I could still think that Valencia could get the result there at the Mestalla, but again, Arsenal have not been brilliant in the league, but there has been improvements under Emery in terms of their home form. Their away form has been abysmal. It really has. That's why I feel Valencia could do the job on them. But again, Arsenal knock Valencia out and they win the Europa League, then they've got Champions League football next season. So job done, because they were never going to be title challengers. Manchester United, I mean, the team that everybody wants to kind of talk about, and they are the biggest club in England along with Liverpool. They were going on and on and on about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and since he got the job, they had. Now this wasn't just in the league, but they had 8 losses out of 10 games. I mean, that is just simply not good enough. Simply not good enough. And they've not moved up a place. I think they might have maybe possibly moved up to 5th at one stage, but they've been stuck in. They were 6th when Jose Mourinho was sacked, and unless they end up finishing above Arsenal, they're going to finish 6th. And they're not all that many points above Wolverhampton Wanderers, only 9 points above them. So, again, a lot of work to be done there. Paul Pogba has always been the kind of politician. There is a world-class player in there, but for me, he's quite a lazy player. When he's on form, I mean, particularly if you look at last season when Manchester United won the derby at the Etihad to make sure we didn't win the title against them, he was excellent. But it's fleeting moments with him. It's fleeting moments. There's too many players there that are not kind of performing to the levels that they can. They just don't seem interested. The defence is really poor. David De Gea's had a poor season. So a lot of work for them to be done in the summer, and they've given Solskjaer the job now, so they're gonna have to go with him next season, and they're gonna have to, unless they want to pay out more compensation. They've already paid out a lot of money to Jose Mourinho. Unless they want to pay out more compensation to Solskjaer, but I don't really see that happening. Wolves have had a very, very good season coming up from the Championship. They've certainly taken to the league very well, and again, they could also have a final say in the title race if they could get a result against Liverpool at the Molineux. Everton, there was one point where I really thought that Marco Silva was going to get sacked because they weren't performing. But recently, and especially the result against Manchester United and the result against Chelsea as well, they've looked a lot better now. They seem to be kind of getting the ideas. Richarlison's been really good. Sigurdsson's been incredible for them, as always. So, not a pretty good season in the end for Everton. Leicester City, as I spoke about, I didn't think the club was doing that bad a job, but certainly seem much more of a threat with under Brendan Rodgers. Got Vardy firing again, but Vardy was scoring goals anyway. Watford had a good season against Grazia. A good season under Grazia. Again, kind of usual. Just kind of inside the top 10, or they normally kind of be about that range. West Ham, you look at the players that they signed in the summer, Arnautovic and Felipe Anderson. 11th is not a great season for them. Crystal Palace, if it wasn't for their away form, they possibly would have got relegated. At home, they have been absolutely woeful, but their away form has been excellent, and that's certainly got them a good finish. Bournemouth started the season really poorly, but in kind of normal kind of Bournemouth fashion, they've been well and truly safe. Newcastle again, Rafa Benitez again doing a wonderful job, and for me, if he's not at the club next season, then they're probably going to get relegated. If they don't have the likes of Rondon and Schär and the goalkeeper they have, his kind of name escapes me, but he's a good goalkeeper. They've done fantastic as well. Newcastle, it's not a great squad, but Benitez is a top manager, and Newcastle done very well to stay up, and they've got some very good results as well. They beat Manchester City earlier on in the season, which is never easy. I think they might have beat Man United as well. I can't remember about that, but yeah, great in keeping them up. Burnley, it's same. Although obviously they qualified for Europa League last season, it would be foolish to expect Burnley to do that every season. I think the priority for them has always got to be to stay in the league. So Sean Dyche again has done a great job with that. They were bottom at one point, but again, pretty clear relegation in the end. So again, brilliant job by Sean Dyche. Southampton, the managerial change certainly paid dividends. They managed to escape to safety. They were in the relegation zone most of the season. Brighton and Hove Albion, I mean, so lucky, because they just seem to just switch off and just stop playing. They got a very good result against Arsenal on Sunday, but they knew they were safe by that point. they just seemed to just stop playing, and kind of were almost in the kind of clutches of Cardiff. But unfortunately, with Cardiff, if you look at the decision that really kind of was the final kind of problem for them, was the one against Chelsea where he's clearly offside, but it's not given, and Cardiff went on to lose that game. And at that point they were ahead, and they didn't seem to recover from that. They had a very winnable game against Fulham that they lost. They lost against Crystal Palace at home on Saturday, and that confined them to relegation. They've had a lot of decisions that have gone against them, and certainly the thing that happened with Salah as well was so tragic. Really a shame for Cardiff and Neil Warnock, because they did well to even get to where they were. It wasn't a great side. It was mostly the side that came up from the Championship, and they did well. I mean, you look at Fulham. Fulham spent a lot of money in the summer. I think they possibly spent the most money out of all of them, certainly well up there. And they finished 19th. And simply, they were in the early part of the season, they were very good going forward under Jokanovic, but had nothing going on at the back. It was like the reverse Kevin Keegan. It was like the opposition will score more goals than you. They were just shipping goals left, right, and centre. They brought Ranieri in. He couldn't turn it around, and then they've got, I think, Scott Parker as a manager now, and the damage was already done. They've been well and truly relegated, and for the players that they have, they should have done a lot better than what they did. Huddersfield were woeful, awful season that they had. They got an excellent result against Manchester United on Sunday, who again just showed why they didn't deserve to finish in the top four. But Huddersfield were absolutely woeful. Only 3 wins all season, but they did well to stay up last season, and it was always going to be difficult for them to repeat the feat. But yeah, I mean, really poor from them. But this was just kind of a video, just kind of almost like a season review, because I didn't really see enough of any of the games to really give you any kind of an analysis. I did see Match of the Day 2 last night. It was on very late at night, and I thought I'm not going to kind of do a video of that. So I thought I would just do a little kind of season review for you guys, just so show my commitment to the channel and just give you something to watch, and then we'll obviously go to the second leg of Liverpool and Barcelona for Tuesday. I'll have a video up for that. I won't have a video up for Manchester City and Leicester City, unfortunately, because it's going to be on Sky Sports, and I don't have Sky Sports. It would only if I bought a pass would I have it, and I'm not going to do that, unfortunately. But thank you for watching.